Hello, everyone. Welcome to the release team meeting. Today is Wednesday, the 30th of November. We are just about a little bit under a week away from the final release cut. I'm Leo. I'm the host for this meeting. This is a Kubernetes SIG release meeting, so it falls under the CNCF Code of Conduct, which can be summarized to be just excellent to each other. And yeah, let's get started. We don't have anything on the open discussion items, so we will jump directly to the enhancements project team update with Mark. I see you had some last minute updates.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any updates from the enhancements team, so everything is still green.
Right. One thing, there was a couple of days ago, we forgot to add one enhancement to the tracking. So maybe we have to check if it's recorded already. So this was, I think I wrote it in the release enhancements channel. There's a thread. So perhaps actually we are on 39, not 38. So maybe we can recheck that. But
I'll recheck that.
Yeah,
I just copied that from a previous date, so it might not be updated.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. Then moving on to CI Signal with Miha.
Hello everyone. So the current status of CI Signal is yellow. We don't have any failing jobs on master blocking and 5 flaky. And on master informing, we see currently 1 failing job. And yes, we have raised up an issue, and SIG Windows folks are working on it. And yes, we have 6 flaky ones. So yes, that's all about CI Signal. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I think Mark is also in the meeting, so
yeah, I'm taking a look at that.
Yeah.
I suspect that there was a check-in to the Cluster API Azure repository where that's used to provision the clusters based on the test grid data that I saw. I started a thread in there. I'll link it back to the thread that is discussing this from the release team too.
Awesome. Yeah, I just saw that there's no like real the issue behind it is not like logged into Prow, so you cannot really see it. It's kind of hidden, so I don't know where it is.
Yeah,
But
based on the logs, the cluster didn't come up, so that's why it led me to believe it's in the cluster provisioning, and I don't suspect it's related to any regressions in actual Kubernetes, but we'll continue to investigate.
Yeah, my thinking was because this was moved out of KK that it's probably like on the plugin side, so nothing really changed on KK. So, but okay, great that you have a look at it. Any questions to CI Signal? Otherwise, let's move on to bug triage with Hossein.
Hello, everyone. So we have quite, relaxed time. So nothing urgent and important from our side. We are green. And yeah, so far everything looks good.
Awesome. That's great. Any questions for bug triage? Maybe just one comment from my side. I don't know if I mentioned, I think we talked about this in the previous meeting already, but my feeling was like, especially in this cycle, the load on bug triage seemed a little bit low. So maybe in the retro, we can maybe, Hossein, you also have some ideas how we can maybe help out CI Signal or other teams.
Yeah. Sure. We will come back to the point. Yeah.
Sounds great. Then moving on to docs with a red update from Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. So our status is red because the deadline for the PRs to be kind of in PRs to be merged has passed, and we still have a few open items. We do have 32 that have been merged, but potentially just one that's in a draft state. So that first one has, I think, 2 different docs. One has been merged, one is still open. I think just trying to get clarity on which one is what we're looking at, and the second one has both that are open and need some comments to be reviewed. And then these ones are kind of pending LGTMs and also pending changes that have been requested. So just kind of barreling on with those. We also have an open PR to keep the branch in sync, and one of our team members is working on getting that merged.
All right, thank you for the update. CC commented, it's great. Okay. All right, yeah, I will follow up on this
Thank you.
again to make sure that we get this in as soon as possible. I think this one, we discussed this quite a bit, in the channel. This one from CC was out of office, so hopefully she commented now, so hopefully we can get this in also soon. And the other ones, I will follow up on that. Thank you for the update.
Thank you.
Any questions for docs? Otherwise, let's move on to release notes with Rodolfo.
Hi, our current status is green, and the PR for Alpha 2 pre-release was closed, but we will submit a new one for this pre-release, so it's not a problem. And also today we will be pending for RC1 release in order to start creating the release notes for that.
All right. So why did we close this one?
We closed that because there were an error in the commits.
Okay.
Some rebase that didn't work well, but Sayantani will submit a new one.
All right. Okay. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, no
Sounds
problem.
good. Awesome. Any questions for release notes? Otherwise, we can move on to comms with Federico.
Yes. Hi. So we had the ready for review deadline yesterday, and most of it of the feature blogs went through. So we do have this rest of the week until the release to work on them. There was one of them was cancelled, and 2 of them didn't at least yet make it. I'm still working in one of them to see if it goes through. But everyone replied, so it's just a matter of not being possible. We do have a contingency plan though, which is to publish the ones that might fail the deadline near the end of the release cycle, and I'm seeing that with docs as well. We're given that now we have a better grasp of the actual blogs that will get published. We are now prioritizing them and settling the publication date according to the original cadence that we defined. I've contacted the CNCF for PR and the webinar scheduling as well. Actually, I'm already 1 week delayed with this, but now at least we have the major teams clearer, because last time we didn't. And the release article PR as everything in there ready for review. So today we added the major team, the release team electrifying paragraph, and everyone else, everything else as well. So obviously there will be suggestions and changes, but there's no gap of things that are left to be reviewed. And that's all.
Sounds great. All right. Yeah, I will have another look, hopefully today, for the release article. All right. Awesome. Any questions for comms? So let's move on to release branch management. Jeremy Alexander.
Yeah,
everybody.
it looks like Jeremy
Oh.
just joined. All right, cool. You're good. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you can take it away if you want
right.
to do the update. Go ahead.
Yeah, we tried to cut RC1 yesterday and ran into some issues that I am still kind of getting to understand the scope of. I do know that we were signing images with the incorrect signing key.
That's still happening.
Yeah, so that's not quite resolved. As of this morning, yeah, we're like a soft yellow because we were able to complete the mock release, and we're currently doing a mock stage that's running, and that one usually takes a little over an hour. So we're back moving this morning, and then hopefully we'll get through things, I would say conservatively by noon Pacific time, we should be done. So let's hope that things stay on track.
Okay. So we moved it now one day, and we have the final release cut next Tuesday. Is that enough time for testing and everything? So
I would think so, but I'll probably defer to Jeremy on that one.
Yeah, I think we'll just have to be on the lookout for any feedback comes in from anybody using RC1. Keep an eye on the stability stuff. Keep an eye on all the test script boards. There shouldn't be a whole lot of changes between RC0 and RC1. Shouldn't be any changes after this one. So hopefully things are fairly stable. I think the biggest thing to be aware of is that the signing is still an issue. And that may or may not be done by Tuesday. I think there's probably a significant amount of work that we're going to have to do to figure out how to unravel that. It applied to the patch releases that happened this month as well. So it's not just for 126, but it's a kind of pervasive issue there just to be aware of.
Okay. But the signing part, if it's not completed until Tuesday, it's not a release blocker?
I think we will have more discussions about that this week.
Okay. All right. Sounds like yellow. Let's hope we don't need to move the deadline, the final release cut. We will see. All right. Thank you. Any questions for release branch management? So otherwise, Nabarun is not in the call, I think. And he didn't wrote any updates. So I will just move on to my updates. So I didn't wrote anything down. Right now we are pretty close to the final release deadline, release cut. Looking at all the teams, we are kind of in a good position. RC1 is a little bit slightly concerning, but hopefully, we have a lot of eyes on this issue, so I'm confident that we make it hopefully next this like RC1 and then also the final release cut. So overall, I think we are on a good track. And yeah, the release theme, I posted it last time. I can scroll down. It's electrifying. That's the logo. And with that, that's my update for today. Are there any questions, any concerns about the release? Otherwise, I can see that. Wait, where is it? SIG Scalability also posted a green update, so that's great. And with that, thank you all for joining. Are there any last topics before I close the screen share and the recording?